LibertyDude22 back here with another video in a farming simulator. Today we're doing another mods video. This one is my top 5 picks on realism mods. I'm not picking them because they make it so unbearably realistic that you cannot even play. Ruins the fun. No, this is more like adds to the simulator part of the game without actually making it too difficult to play. So we're going to jump right in here, and the first one we're going to go with is used equipment. Because let's be honest, you know, we've all needed something. Look at this truck, for example. Could use it. It's a bit expensive. You know, I mean, but it's $130,000. I can't just make that like that, you know? It's hard to get. But this little button right here, and as you can probably guess, you can buy used equipment. Takes a nice little chunk of change off. It's not a whole lot of money that takes off, but for something like a plow or something where it's, you know, 9,000 versus 6,000, it makes a huge difference, especially when starting off. Now, of course, if you were to buy this, you would get it very dirty, and it would most likely be somewhere in the range of 15 to 5% maintenance required. But that's $600-700. I mean, you pay a whole lot less for these, even with the required maintenance done on them. And then when you get them, you know, you go to hook up your stuff, and it's like, press Q to attach, you know, like something like this. You get that little thing when you're in it, right when you pull up. But that's not very realistic, is it? I've never seen a farmer back up to a plow in real life and use his mind to connect things. So the next mod on my list is manual attach. These are very literally named. This one, you literally have to walk up and connect everything. Why isn't it working? I don't think that's connected, is it? No, because that thing's not. So why won't it connect? Sometimes it does get a little weird. Sometimes you have to get in and out because the chances disappear. But see your little plow here? You back up to it. Got to connect it yourself. And usually there's also PTO or wires. You have to hook them up yourself as well. Like over here. Harvester headers and stuff you can connect just by driving up to them. See these little hoses here though? You still got to get out and hook them up or your harvester's not going to work. Same thing with a PTO. If you don't hook it up, your seed or whatever is just not going to work. Now, some things you can do from inside. Harvester headers is one thing. Attachments on front loaders is another. You can still just drive up and attach those. I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but whatever. So, you know, you add in your trailer. Oh, that doesn't look right. Okay. You get your trailer hitches. You hook up your trailer. It's full of seed. You got a thing of seed in the back too, because why not? And then you start driving it around in the base game, and it feels like 21,000 liters of oats. Well, it feels like you're just carrying around some bags of toilet paper. Well, this next mod on the list changes that too. This one is called Fill Weight Item Mass Fill Adjustment, something like that. It's a very technical name, but basically what it does, in the game, all of the fill types, their weights are cut in half, so you can drive faster with trailers, and it just makes the game easier and a little more arcade-ish to play, therefore more enjoyable. But for those of you who are like, hey, it's a simulator, I'm buying a simulator, I'm going to do a simulator, this one brings them back up to their real-life values, meaning that this 21,000 liter trailer full of oat is going to weigh quite a bit. As you can see, the truck kind of struggles with it. This truck is no slouch. I may have to do a video on this truck alone. And you'll notice, I mean, I know things are light, but twice as heavy? That truck seems to be struggling quite a bit. Well, that's because I have another mod for us. This one is Added Realism. Now, in your vehicles in Farming Simulator 19, you'll notice they can be a bit bouncy, and the engine handles stress very well, and in fact works great right up until the very end, and then it just stops. There is no in between. This mod softens suspension a tad, makes the engine power actually something you need, which also, if you'll notice down here in this bottom right corner, next to the speedo, you have the, or is that technically a tack? I think that's technically a tack. Just under the fill meter here, you have two little gauges now. The one on the left is your wheel spin gauge, because the biggest part of Added Realism is wheels and tires have had a complete overhaul. Whether you are running mud tires, as I am now on this truck, wide tires, tires with weights, every tire has its purpose, and this mod makes it so that buying those tires and stuff is worth it. For example, plowing a field takes quite a bit of grip and power. This mod makes it so that that's actually the case. You're not just comparing horsepower figures for your tractor and the plow. You actually have to take into account how steep your field is, what kind of soil you're driving in, and whether or not it's raining, which is a big deal as well. So it really does add a lot of more immersion into the game. This makes you take into account what you're buying more than anything. And I guess I got a little sidetracked. The one on the left there under the fill bar is your wheel spin. If that gets up to 95, you will dig into the ground. As you can see, the truck's struggling a little to pull this trailer. And the one on the right is your engine power used. So right now we're using 30% of the engine's power. Also, if you'll notice, I was driving on asphalt, and it was 30% wheel spin. I get here on the dirt, well, it was 60%. For some reason, it's not. The wheel spin and grip changes based on the terrain you're driving on. Let me see if I can show you here. You spin too long in one spot, your vehicle digs down into the ground, which, let me go and tell you, is an absolute pain in the neck. You have to disconnect trailers, rock it back and forth, especially if we got stuck on something. It's a total nightmare. But that's those mods taken care of. And actually, that's all the mods except one. It's not the best. I didn't save the best for last. It's just not really related to the rest of these. But it does change how you farm in the game. And that is real seed usage. Now, in the vanilla game, all crops had one seed usage rate. That wasn't technically the case in real life. Now, it does change depending on what you're planting, and this mod has added like onions, carrots, modded fruit types as well. So it works with a lot of different things. As I should also mention, all of these mods here work with each other and a selection of other mods. So the chances of downloading these 5 mods and getting problems is very low. Then again, all computers are different. Your mileage may vary. Anyways, real seed usage. Literally like it says, you end up using less seeds in general. So it lowers your seed bill, makes it easier. You're not refilling your planter all the time. It's really a nice mod to have. I found it quite nice, even though I don't tend to do legitimate farming, regardless of what the contents of this shed may say. That's a brand new harvester. I haven't even driven it yet. That plow has not even been put in the ground yet. I plan on turning this into a nice little field to grow oat for my horses, because that's what I tend to do. because you make loads of money with that. Yeah, in case you're wondering, I do have a video on that, on how to do horses. It's called Get Rich Quick. There's something like that. I'll put it in a little card that should drop down right about now or so. Or maybe now, I don't know. I'm not very good at that. So, yeah, that's my top 5 picks for added realism to your game in Farming Simulator 19. They don't make the game unbearably difficult, but then they also add just another level of immersion beyond what the vanilla game can do. Except for your vehicle digging down in the dirt, they don't really add anything mega frustrating. And in the case of real seed usage, they actually help you out quite a bit. So, just a quick recap, we got manual attach, does what you say. Goods type, mass fill goods stuff, makes stuff heavier. Makes you drive a little more careful with a loaded trailer. You got used equipment, which makes stuff cheaper. You got added realism for vehicles. Guess what that does? And then you have real seed usage. Those are my top 5 picks. Not in any technical order, although probably the added realism might be my favorite just because of how much it makes me research stuff in the shop. You know, I can't just go out and just buy a thin tire Fiat tractor because it's funny to watch it do donuts or wheelies and stuff. I have to actually make sensible decisions, which isn't that fun, but, you know, I'm playing a simulator, for God's sakes. So, if you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have some mods in here that you think should have been included, let me know down in the comments. I get enough of them, I'll make a part 2 with your comments, with your ideas. I think that's it. Liberty Dude 22 out. Or should I do see y'all? Drop a comment for that one too. Tell me what you think. Either way, I'll see you in the next one.